Hello, BookTube. Well, despite endless construction here at Hyde Cottage, destruction, walls being torn apart, horsehair laving everywhere in the air, dust, brick debris, wires, paint canisters, both empty and full, endless noise, endless strangers tramping out. Despite all of that, the mail still comes through. I got mail that I want to show you. We might as well go through mail together. It's one of my solaces. We have a few periodicals here. I got Condé Nast Traveler, full of summer adventures. As long as any of the destinations have walls and floors and ceilings, they're going to seem like paradise to me. And I also got the New York Review of Books. Quick glance at the table of contents. Didn't show me anything that really intrigued me, and that might be just because it's the so-called fiction issue. The only thing that really interested me was Miranda Seymour doing I believe the Gene Stafford volumes that came out from the Library of America. I'm not going to be able to find it in this issue, but who else has reprinted Gene Stafford anytime recently? So I'm pretty sure that's what she's reviewing, and that will be really good. I really like her writing, but the rest of it, the fiction issue is never going to do much for me. But then we have packages, including a box. The first package is really thin, so it's either a slim volume of poetry or a book catalog. We're getting to the point where I am getting bombarded with autumn book catalogs. Yes, okay, yes. Yes, this is a book catalog. This is NYU Press for the fall. The Lost Art of Book Catalogs. I know one particular bookish person who has kept all of the book catalogs that he's received in the last 30 years. And he keeps them specifically because a lot of effort goes into making them. And he just finds them fun to pick through. So I'll have to go through this and see whether or not any of these things appeal to me. Probably there will be quite a few. Usually with NYU Press, I have to go way to the back to the more scholarly works that won't get any press otherwise, but that are the only things that really interest me. So those are the periodicals. Condé Nast Traveler, the New York Review of Books, and the NYU Press Fall Catalog. But then we have packages. So let's see what we have here. Not many, just a few. I don't want to bury your timeline with content here. So the first one is from NYU Press. It's probably in that catalog. This is Hereafter, The Telling Life of Ellen O'Hara by Vona Groak. And this is the middle of November that this comes out. Hereafter. In July 1882, Ellen O'Hara stepped off a ship from the west of Ireland to begin a new life in New York. She was determined to make a life for herself and financially support those at home, but what she encountered was a world of casual racial prejudice that characterized her as ignorant, dirty, and feckless, the butt of many jokes. Yes, the Irish experience. From the slim range of jobs available to her, she, like many Irish immigrant women, found a position as a domestic servant, working long hours and living in to save on rent and keep. After an unfortunate marriage, Ellen was determined to win financial security on her own and eventually opened a boarding house where her two children were able to rejoin her. Like many immigrants, Ellen's story might have been lost to history forever if not for the work of her great-great-granddaughter, the author of this book. Fantastic. I wonder what kind of work she did. I wonder what kind of work that was. I'm hoping that she details it in the book, how she found out the details. Okay, well, but I don't have to think about it for a long time because it's not until November. Who knows what shape the construction work here will be in mid-November. Who knows? Okay, this next one is a novel by an author I really like. I have the gigantic amount of information here. It actually calls itself a press kit. I don't need a press kit. I swear I don't. I've been doing this a long time. I don't need a press kit. The author is Joe Mino. I don't know how many of you know this author or like him. I like him a lot. This is the Book of Extraordinary Tragedies. I believe this is the finished copy. Yeah, 1795. It's got decal edges and French flaps. All new books ought to come out in this format. Let's eradicate hardcovers as new releases except for libraries and special collectors. Make a few of them. One small print run, but put these in bookstores for everything, for everybody's new book. Put these in bookstores, $15, $16, $17 in a nice, durable paperback. It could save the publishing industry. Let's see here. So this book is Mino's most autobiographical novel to date, centered on an Eastern European family on the far south side of Chicago for whom the absurdity of tragedy and of the darkly comic ties that bind us to our families is inescapable. Okay, well, that could mean anything. To learn more about that, I would have to explore this enormous press kit. I'm not going to do that. But at least I have an idea, right? So this comes out in early September. And there's a sticker on the back that tells me that this is going to have a simultaneous paperback, hardcover, and ebook release. That's a shame. The hardcover, unless the hardcover is very small, unless the number of hardcovers is very small, that's a shame. But I like it. I like the look of it, and I'll read anything by this author. We'll put the research material aside. Okay, this next one is an envelope with a handwritten address. So this could be a violation of rule number 1. Oh yeah, I think this is probably a violation of rule number 1. Those of you who are new to the channel, rule number 1 is don't send me a book. Don't do it, no matter what. Unless I ask you to. Unless I ask you for a specific book, don't do it. I know that it seems like the most natural thing in the world, because I'm surrounded by books, and it's all I talk about, and it's my livelihood, and it's all that I do or care about. But that makes it a bad idea, not a good idea, to send me a book, because that means I know what yeah, this is definitely from one of you, because it's double wrapped here, all sorts of excessive caution. That means I know exactly what I want, and more to the point, I know what I don't want. So unless I specifically request something, you shouldn't send me a book. It's a waste of time for everybody. But what have we got? It's a big heavy thing, whatever it is, probably some commemorative edition of Dickens or whatever. This keeps happening to me. I keep seeing that an envelope is hand addressed. I run through the riot act on dressing you down for sending me things, and then the thing is something I dearly love. Oh my god. Oh my. Oh goodness gracious. This is the Silver Age Legion of Superheroes Omnibus, Volume 3. Look at this thing. Oh my. I have Volume 1 and Volume 2. Oh, there's the attack of the super pets. Oh, look at that. Oh my. There we have the origins and superpowers, as if you didn't know that, for all the Legion members. Who doesn't know that? Oh, you got these Neil Adams covers. He did some covers. He didn't do the interior artwork. That was a lot of times Kurt Swan. In this particular period, a lot of times that was Kurt Swan. Oh, there you go. This is the story that's on the front cover. Mordru the Merciless, that's this guy. A master sorcerer, for some reason is 30 feet tall. Bedevils the Legion of Superheroes many, many times. He's too powerful for them to beat. He only has one weakness. He sort of shuts down mentally if you entomb him. Which I guess makes sense. I do too when you entomb me. But in this classic storyline, he chases a few members of the Legion to 20th century Earth. They go to Smallville in the 20th century, to Superboy's hometown, in order to hide from him, and he chases them there. It's terrific. Oh my god, I was eating them up. I was waiting eagerly on every issue of Adventure Comics when these issues were coming out. Oh my, this is so great. Oh my. Oh. Okay, well, this is going to have a lot of stuff in it, but these big omnibus editions are really good. They're I shouldn't say that because I'll be encouraging Michael K. Vaughan. I don't have many of these things. He has all of them. They are really good, though. They include everything. You get your money's worth. And you might be confused by this cover. The quartet of Legionnaires who go back in time are Mon-El and Superboy, the two most powerful members of the Legion. It's just that this is a magic court of all the evil people in the world. That's why Superboy is hanging by ropes instead of breaking free. That's why Mon-El has a board around his hands. They're actually super powered, but this is more true. We're talking about also Triplicate Girl or Duo Damsel and Tasmia Maller, Shadow Lass, and the reason why you've got someone dressed here as a bumblebee is because that is Lana Lang from the 20th century, who has a magic ring that allows her to use insect-related powers. So she becomes Insect Girl and is kind of adjacent to the Legion of Superheroes. She has a sort of honorary membership and acquits herself well in not only this storyline, but a few others that I think will probably contain in this volume. I don't know exactly what's in here and what's not. I don't know when this starts exactly, and I don't know when it cuts off. Oh my, though. There goes the night's reading time. No, I must control myself. I must control myself, but oh. All right. Okay. And then we have the box, but what box can compete with the greatest era of the Legion of Superheroes? No box can. And not only that, but this thing's as light as a feather. What could be in here? But it's not a big, heavy tome. The only thing that could possibly compete with the Legion of Superheroes. What is this tiny little thing? Look at the size of it. I almost want to throw it back. Let's put that on the ground. We'll work out the ergonomics of this room. I don't think they're as bad as they could be. Oh, God. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm not meaning to rag on the author, but this is just a novel. It's just a historical novel. It comes out later in the month. It's not the Legion. Unless one of these people can expand her body to a bubble size, this is not the Legion. This is probably a paperback original. Yes, so this is another paperback original. Great. We should see more of those. This is by Madeline Martin, and it's called The Librarian Spy. Is that... well, it's not America, whatever that is, the stereotypical warplane. But let's find out. Let's find out what we got here. A historical novel. A poignant and suspenseful historical novel inspired by the true history of America's librarian spies of World War II that is guaranteed to surpass readers' expectations. Slow down there, Seymour. Okay. With this book, Martin has solidified herself as a master of the genre. When librarian Ava Harper is sent to Lisbon by the U.S. government on a World War II intel mission, her quiet, predictable life turns immediately intense and uncertain. As she acquires clandestine newspapers through this neutral haven for Europe's refugees where spies converge with those in need, she questions who is friend, who is foe, and who is Nazi. Meanwhile, in Nazi-occupied Lyon, French resistance fighter Elaine Rousseau holds the extremely precarious position of printing press operator for one of the underground newspapers. An encoded message sent by Elaine and read by Ava unites the two on a risky and hopeful shared mission. Okay, well, that does sound really good. Despite the fact that it's not about Bismolians. This is a tough act to follow. This may be the impossible act to follow. But still... The Librarian Spy, coming out later in the month. Those of you who like your historical fiction, let's do a Steve Pyramid. Can we stop with this? No, we must do the others. We have the Legion of Superheroes. The Silver Age Legion of Superheroes Omnibus Volume 3. So now I have all 3 volumes. I don't think there's a 4th one even in the works for this. Then we have The Librarian Spy, historical fiction. We have Book of Extraordinary Tragedies by Joe Mino. We have Hereafter, in which the author examines her great-great-grandmother's life, and a couple of periodicals, including the New York University Press Fall Catalog, which I bet this book is in. So there you go. That is the mail. I've got a mess all around me here. I will clean it up. But I wanted to make some videos today because I don't know from day to day whether or not videos will even be possible. I hope for openings to make videos tomorrow. Make videos and walk Frida, and maybe the occasional furtive meal. But certainly no errands of any kind for the foreseeable future. So I'll wrap this up for now. Hope you saw something that you liked. I know I did. Long live the Legion. As you can see, I have my ring right next to Lord Ganesha. But I'll wrap this up for now, and I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.